Did anybody else have that one weird kid growing up who just decided to show you his mom's dill dough one day? Let's call it a dilly dally for the sake of the story. I remember I was 11 years old. This is a core memory of mine. I'm hanging out with this kid, and he goes, Demetrius, we've been hanging out for a little while now, and I'll rock with you, but I would love to take our relationship to the next level. I want to show you my mom's dilly dally. And I was like, okay, cool. What's a dilly dally? And he says, once I show you, you will never forget. And he wasn't lying. He brought me back into his mom's room, lifts up the mattress. In between the mattress and the box frame, there is a dilly dally in a brown paper bag. This dilly dally is way too big for this brown paper bag. It looks hilarious. The only way I could describe it to you is like, have you ever seen somebody buy a baguette in a movie? That's how this dilly dally fed in this bag. He grabs it by the base, pulls it out of the bag. I swear to God, it looks like it's getting bigger as he's pulling it out of the bag. And it's the biggest, bluest thing that I've ever seen in my life. I remember I watched Monsters, Inc. the day before he showed me this. And I really wish he didn't, because when he pulled this blue dilly-dally out of the bag, my first thought was like, oh my God, what did they do to Sully? He's like, yeah, this thing's pretty cool, isn't it? You want to hold it? So I hold my hand out like this because, like, I don't know how to hold it. I'm 11. I didn't get those skills until later in life. He puts it in my hand, and I'm like, oh, shit. And he goes, yeah, I know. It's heavier than you thought it was going to be, right? And I was like, man, how many people did you show this dilly-dally to where you're at the point where you can now predict people's reactions to it? This is weird. And he was like, this isn't even the craziest part. You ain't seen nothing yet. He presses a button on the bottom of the dilly-dally. It starts wiggling around and vibrating. I immediately drop it on the carpet. He gets pissed. He's like, yo, you can't just drop it on the carpet. It's going to be covered in lint. My mom's going to know that I was messing with it, and I'm going to get in trouble again. And I was like, all right, bro, let's just rinse it off. I think everything will be fine. We go to the bathroom. We start trying to rinse the thing off. It's way too slippery to do anything. And he's just like, ooh, I have an idea for a game. What if we turn it on while we're cleaning it and it's covered in soap? Whoever can hold it for the longest wins. I don't know why I agreed to this competition, but I did not lose. I mean, I kind of lost because my hands were itchy for 2 weeks and I couldn't tell anybody. Also, I knew his mom very well. Very sweet lady. Always brought snacks to school events and gave me rides frequently. So long story short, that was the day I learned how to keep a secret, because I knew if I told her, I wasn't going to get no rides anymore.